Most disabled musicians in the UK have been denied the opportunity of playing at the highest musical level. Of the 720 musicians that make up Britain's top orchestras, only 3 are disabled. But internationally renowned conductor Charles Hazelwood is hoping to change all that. Charles has taken matters into his own hands by setting up a unique orchestra consisting entirely of disabled musicians to ensure that at last they get a chance to be heard. The only condition necessary to join the British Power Orchestra is for each musician to be at the top of their game. After a year of scouring the country for the right players, Charles will bring them together for their first full rehearsal in 2 weeks' time. Viola player Takeshi Kikuchi and violinist and pianist Abby Baker first met when they were teaching partially sighted students at the Royal College of Music. Both are professional musicians and both are blind. The British Power Orchestra isn't the usual mix of instruments, nor will they perform the regular orchestral repertoire. For Charles, it's still about good music played by the most talented musicians. Some of the musicians are unable to play conventional instruments, so music technology is at the core of the orchestra. The British Power Orchestra's debut concert will be at a festival at Glastonbury Abbey. With only 3 weeks to go, Charles is still carefully crafting the programme around 2 well-known pieces, Greensleeves and Ravel's Bolero. Mother, my hands are not my own. The ones I have are someone else's. They are useless to me. My old ones have been removed, and these old man's hands have been grafted on in their place. I took a flower the other day and rolled its stem between these lumps I now have for fingers, trying to woo some sensation into them, but it was hopeless. My feet, too, are different. I'm convinced they're not my old ones. It must happen whilst I'm asleep, when the shadows deepen and the forces of the in-between come alive. I walk a lot. I have covered many lonely miles, and I know each blister and crack that lurks between my toes. They are not mine. I am sure of it. My other ones were my 2 soldiers, battle-hardened, as tough as a leather purse. Now they are like accountant's feet, milky and fine, more used to snuggling beneath a hardwood desk, and they scream in pain when I put any weight on them. Maybe the armies that spy on men's and women's hearts when they are asleep are irritated at me, annoyed that I can sense them, that I challenge them in the black long hours before dawn. So, a plan has been formed to cut me a new body, limb by limb. My old one is hacked from me when I do chance to sleep, and the new one sewn on. I know that it is hurried, because I can trace the fine stitching across my joints. It is like a cobweb line from a spider's web. You have to really look, or you'll miss it. They are working at me, changing me, piece by piece. It will end with my eyes, because when they replace them, they will have my soul. I love winter, the time that umbrellas make their great escape, the novelty of numb fingers, clothes more water than fabric, the puddles that lie in wait under wobbly slabs just waiting to pounce up your leg, the wind that blows you backwards, chilling you to the bone, the tidal waves from errant cars, and the cold air that takes your breath away. All forgotten. It has to be Heinz. From the Hovis Bakery on Belfast's Apollo Road, make a maiden voyage to the nearby Titanic Quarter, where you'll find the city's most famous ship back in dock. It's a long trip around the museum, so do pack some sarnies made from deliciously soft Hovis deli rolls. Sit back and enjoy the view from the top deck. Hovis, baked fresh each day in Belfast, so it's as good today as it's always been. I love winter. The time that umbrellas make their great escape. The novelty of numb fingers, all forgotten. It has to be Heinz. Wherever you are, everything is politics. The BBC. Making politics makes sense. From the Hovis Bakery on Belfast's Apollo Road, make a maiden voyage to the nearby Titanic Quarter, where you'll find the city's most famous ship back in dock. Greatness is wherever someone is trying to find it. Find your greatness. Nike. Make it count. He was expecting a dash-through check-in and a sprint to the gates. But no, he had a wonder. This relaxed trainer loves it when we say, to fly, to serve. There are no grand celebrations here, no speeches, and no bright lights. But there are great athletes. Somehow, we've come to believe that greatness is reserved for the chosen few, for the superstars. The truth is that greatness is for all of us. This is not about lowering expectations, it's about raising them for every one of us. Greatness is wherever someone is trying to find it. Find your greatness. Nike. Make it count.